Good morning and welcome to Make Up a Story, Brandon.
Good afternoon. I don't know, whatever you listen to this one, maybe it's morning, maybe it's afternoon.
It's morning for me. I think it's just turned 12 o'clock.
Is it 12 o'clock?
But we're having our cup of coffee.
Yeah, the amazing coffee that you almost spilled all the coffee all over the kitchen.
I hate because you were also watching me.
You get anxious when somebody's watching you. It happens the same when you're in the computer and behind you, you're like, why are you watching me?
Yes. I think recently I'm like, okay, getting used to you watching me. But before I'm like, oh, why? Like, why do I have to do this? But yeah, anyway, shall we roll the intro?
Roll the
Let's
intro.
check in.
How is the coffee? Is that coffee from Waitrose, the one that you bought?
Waitrose? No. It is from Gorillas, like this app that they send you stuff.
Ah, the one you got for free, everything.
Yeah. Well, I have two apps. I got like £15 discount for like 20 quid shopping or something like that. But it's a very good coffee. It's the how's it called? It's this red thing. It's very Italian, very, very good coffee.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lavazza? No, it's not Lavazza.
Ah, Lavazza, yeah. Lavazza. Like the coffee machine.
Maybe it's that one. I'm not too sure, but it's
Well,
really,
any
really,
of those.
it's really, really good coffee. So I'm really glad. How are you doing? I think this episode we can check in and see how we going, because I have a few things to tell you. I had quite an experience yesterday, but please, you go ahead.
Why you want to go first? Like, you could go first if you have it fresh in your mind.
No, don't worry. You go ahead. How are you doing? How's life?
Good. I mean, the last episode was really good, and
my poop story, wasn't it?
it was that one.
I actually have a follow-up from my poop story.
Well, if somebody's listening to this or watching, there's a funny story in the latest episode, in the last episode.
Yes.
And yeah, you had some news in the last 2 weeks, no?
Yeah, so then I'm going first now, but it's absolutely fine. So basically, I told the story that something that happened like almost last year, I think, November last year. And I just told the story like I was pooping myself and I pooped in my pants. And I was just telling it as such a fun thing. But actually, really turns out I got blood tests. And I have celiac disease, which means I cannot eat any gluten whatsoever, which is really fun. But, it has been a change because I love bread. And we had cookies yesterday. Someone gave us cookies and I was like, so full of wheat.
So full of
wheat. I can't have them.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It has to be, I mean, I understand, like, it has to be so difficult now because you never looked at ingredients before. And now, yesterday, you were in the office and it's the first time that I saw you just checking the ingredients to check that it didn't have any gluten.
My friend, I've been vegan before. I know what checking ingredients is.
But you don't care really about what it has inside.
Yeah. I know you love to eat the healthiest that you can, but I generally do not. Like, I have my boundaries with food, but like I generally don't give a shit.
But how do you find it now that
so
you
the
are
thing is,
gluten-free?
I didn't have any allergies before, like whatsoever. I'm allergic to one medicine, but like that doesn't affect the way I eat.
Yeah.
And now basically the way I have to eat, it changes completely. And it's been a big thing because for me eating and cooking and everything is so big. Like I love it. I also love that we live in London and you can try so many foods. But my main issue as well is that I cannot eat falafel anymore. It's my favorite food. I show you in that other episode as well. And I can't eat it. I mean, I will probably be able to make it at home. But it's not the same that, you go out and you just pick whichever food you want to have.
Now that you bring that up.
Yeah.
Last week when you were on holidays, we saw something, Sheila and I, my girlfriend and I, and we were like, oh, we need to get that. And so I forgot to bring it to me.
Oh, wow, he's bringing me a surprise for the first time. Oh, my God, I'm going to close my eyes. Should I close my eyes or not?
You can close your eyes.
Okay.
So because you love the falafels and all of that, and we saw this and we were like, we have to give her this. And
You can
well,
show it to the camera. You can show it to the camera first if you want.
this is with the camera. Look at this.
Ooh,
And
delicious.
the best thing is that it's gluten-free, and I hope it's good.
Is it falafel?
You can open your eyes.
Yeah, boy! My favorite food in the world.
So it's a really good brand, and everything is like organic, and it's gluten-free and doesn't have anything. And the ingredients are really, really good. And we
Thank
thought,
you.
I think you can have it, and you can let us
Yeah.
know in the next episode.
I'm going to leave it here. Amisa.
Amisa.
I
I've
don't
tried
know.
some things in the past from this company, but I've never tried this one. And so we bought one for you and one for us.
Nice. Have you had it?
No, not yet.
Oh.
We just opened it to see, but it looks like it's really easy. You just have to mix it with hot water, and it's gluten-free.
Amazing. Is that what you wanted to tell me? Or?
That was one of the things, yeah.
Okay, go
But
ahead.
You can go ahead and
But I
the
literally
story.
have a lot of things to say. Like, there is moving boxes in the background. I had like such a ride yesterday. So we were together yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And it was raining when we left. How do you get home?
my
Because I know
God.
you ride your bike. So how
Yeah, I
was
didn't
that?
ride it. No, I just took a bus, and the bus took like more than half an hour to get there, and then another 40 minutes to get home.
No
With a
way.
bike, we'll have in 13 minutes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but it was raining a lot, and the bus for the first time in a long time, it was packed. Like there was no space. People were like sardines. I don't know how you
No
say
way.
that, but it was so bad.
Like if it's rush hour.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's Chelsea. The buses are not really full of people there.
Anyway, so yesterday I had to go to see my friend's house, and which I checked from my house is 16 miles, which is 25 kilometers. But anyway, I had to do it because my friend came from Korea. Shout out Anna, and we hadn't seen each other in 5 years, and she came on holiday. She doesn't have a visa, so it was the last time I was gonna see her. So I was like, it's worth cycling fucking 50 kilometers in total.
So the visa is like they only get 90 days in the country, no? How is that work?
So
South Korea?
I don't fully know, but she got 2 years a while back, and now she can only come on holiday every once in a while, basically. She could get a visa to study, and she tried to do that, but it's really expensive. And so yeah, of course, like I was gonna see my friend who I hadn't really seen for 5 years, and then I don't know when I'm gonna see her again. So it's very shit, and I was like, fine. It's fine to cycle 50 kilometers in one day. The problem yesterday was that it was fucking pouring rain, like it was crazy.
It was really bad.
So from where we were to my friend's house, it was okay. It was like half of the way so I basically went from my house to the office to my friend's house. So that was fine because there was a break in the middle. But it was pouring down like really bad. And I had like this coat that I thought it was waterproof, you know?
Oh yeah, the one we bought.
No, my
What's that one?
Sweaty Betty one, which seems waterproof, but apparently it's not. These pants that weren't waterproof, and everything just went wrong. Like it just started pouring rain, and I was like, I have to get there, you know? And halfway, I'm like fully soaked. And I stopped underneath a bridge to tell my friends, like, I'm fucking suffering here. Like, I'm going to need help when I get there. And I get my phone from the pocket, and it was all wet. So I had to put my phone in between my boobs to finish the journey so that it would be dry. But everything else was really wet, like, including my trainers, my socks, even my underwear. Like, it was really, really bad. So I got to
Why didn't you take the tube or bus?
But imagine, like, 10 minutes after I started cycling, I was already really wet.
That's why.
Yeah, then I take the tube, and you see me fucking standing, like, shaking because I'm all drenched. Like, and people looking at you weird. No, I prefer to just go for it, to be honest.
Another 50 minutes.
No, it took me, it was 45 minutes. Maybe it took me 50, 55.
You were fast.
Yeah, because I also didn't want to, like, you know, keep cycling and cycling,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
go super fast, because I didn't want to like overtake people or anything, because it was really pouring down. I couldn't even open my eyes properly. It was really bad. Then I go to my friend's house. I got into the loo, and I was like, I need clothes. I'm sorry, but I need other clothes. I took everything off. My friend was like, whoa, Alba, stop it. But thankfully, my friend had a dryer in her house.
Oh, that's good.
So we just chucked everything, and it was all good, and I got new clothes. and we played and we hung out and it was really fun.
You
But
made tofu, like
I made 2 blocks of tofu. It's so good, so fucking nice.
it was the only thing you had, or you made something else with it?
No, my friend made I don't remember the name. A Korean dish, which is like a side dish
nice.
with sweet potato noodles and like a nice little salad with shiitake, carrots, and celery. It was so good.
We need to find a South Korean restaurant somewhere. You
Yeah.
need to ask her, maybe she knows.
Yeah, she
a
probably
good
know,
one.
but the problem with Korean restaurants is that they mainly serve meat.
Yeah.
I think one of the last times that I properly had meat, it was 6 years ago with her in a Korean restaurant.
Oh, so you had meat with her, like...
Yeah, like when I used to eat meat, yes. And it was like fucking like one of the best meats I've had as well. Like it was so good. And you eat it with like lettuce. So you take a piece of lettuce, put the meat in the middle, you crunch it and you eat it, and it's really fucking good. It's so good. And you know those Korean restaurants usually have a barbecue in the middle
Yeah,
of the...
I've seen that, yeah.
So good. So nice.
I really like that. The Korean way of cooking, they have this, like a piece of rock, I don't know what it is, like it's hot. And they put that,
Yeah, and we almost did a barbecue actually the other day. We went together to Bath and we had a barbecue in our Airbnb.
Oh.
And my friend was like, yeah, it's absolutely fine. In some Korean restaurants, we make the fire ourselves. And I was like, wow, okay, like, this is next level. But yeah, it was really fun. We really had fun. And then I had to come home. And thankfully, the rain had stopped. But I had to cycle 25 kilometers from 12 to like 1:30. I fucking died. I was like,
One second, why did you take the bus or the tube or anything?
I don't know. I think...
you have to prove something to someone, like, oh yeah, I need to do this in 50 minutes. Well, no, how long is it?
No, it was supposed to be 1 hour and 19 minutes. I did it in 1 hour and 13 minutes. But...
that's really, really short time. From one side to the other, it's like really, really long.
It was 16 miles? I don't know, something like that.
16 miles is a lot of miles.
It was crazy. Like, when I was like, I don't know, even less than halfway through, I was like, like, why the fuck?
No more. Why am I doing this? Why am I suffering?
Doing this? Like, I cannot. But then I ended up doing it, and it was fine.
I mean, that's why you go to the gym, no? It's like you're getting a next level.
Yes, I am doing well. I think I've said a few times on the podcast I'm doing the Couch to 5K. I have to say that last week I got given my notice for my house, and you didn't believe me.
No, I thought you were kidding. Like,
and
out of nowhere, you wrote that in the chat.
Yeah. Anyway. I think we'll talk about that later, but I'm halfway through packing. And since I was given my notice, I kind of have exercised, but I have exercised less because I've been anxious and have had a lot in my mind. And I did run a few days ago, but like I didn't even complete it. I went to the gym. I started it. I couldn't finish, but it's fine because I did the action to go to the gym and to do it, you know? So yeah, that was it. So I definitely need to get back into running. But now I'm going to Spain and it's the whole thing. And apparently you just came back from Spain as well. Tell me, Brown.
Oh, God. Yeah. The best thing is that just last night you wrote me, I saw it this morning, you wrote me at 2:30 a.m. a message telling me, do I need a PCR or a COVID test to go to Spain?
And I need
at 2 o'clock in the morning.
and I need it for tomorrow. In less than 24 hours, I need something.
And when I read that this morning, I was like, shit. So when I traveled to Spain this month, I went there and I didn't, I was like, I'm not going to do PCRs. I'm not going to do any of that because it's just, it's pointless. It's the only country in the whole of Europe that still has.
No way.
This restriction is the only one. And it's so bad that this is happening because it's just taking money from people. Mm-hmm. So when I went to the airport and we went to Gatwick, we got there and I was like, all right. I mean, I was reading the news. They were going to update something. They didn't update it. They kept Spain as a country that just blocks people from England to come without a PCR or a vaccine.
Oh, because we are outside of Europe, isn't it? Oh, my God.
So America, England, and Australia, they need to do tests. I don't know why other countries don't have to. But like us, even if you're Spanish, we have to. So I got to the airport and I was like, okay, I have to find somewhere to do the test. I just do it. So I went to the reception in Gatwick, and I was to the girl, and she was so nice, and was like, "Oh yeah, I need to do that COVID test. What can I do?" And I was like, "Oh, you can buy it here." And I was like,
Really?
Okay, give it to me. And I need to." And she goes like, "Perfect, £70."
No way.
£70 for
But
2 tests.
Was it a PCR or was it an
No,
antigens?
that's the best part. I go like, "Okay, great. Where should I go?" Like, and she tells me, "Oh no, you can go to the toilet if you want." I was like, "What do you mean you go to the toilet?" Like, last time I paid this much, somebody did it for me
Yeah.
to make it more professional. She was like, "No, don't worry. This is just like a normal antigen test."
And also like it's just not to be professional. It's, someone has to be there to like assure that the result that you got it's the right one.
It could have been completely like changed by somebody. And she goes like, "Yeah, just do the test, and then you will put that test, you will make a photo and you send it to this website, and they send you a professional medical paper." And I was like, I'm not going to be fighting. Just give it to me. We didn't go to the toilet, we went for a coffee, and while we were having coffee, I did a test. I was like, because it's just like, it was amazing, because my flights were like £60. I paid more for the PCR test.
No, even PCR test, no?
No, it's not a PCR, antigen
test.
test, which is even worse.
Lateral flow, that's how they call it.
Lateral flow, yeah. And okay, I was like, £70. My girlfriend was like, "Shit, I'm sorry, like we have to pay for this." And I was like, "Yeah, what can we do?" It's like that, it's the law. So just we got the test results, everything was fine. Yeah, perfect. We go into the flight, and once we got to Spain, we got to the airport, and I go like, "Okay, great. You can see this in Santiago Compostela, is the city in Spain." It's really weird. I don't know if it happens maybe in Canary Islands now and in Madrid, or I don't know, or it's only there. But there's a group of doctors that they are not doctors. They are students to be doctors. And they put them in the airport with the white cloths,
gowns,
the gallon thing, all of it.
Oh my God.
And so you come into the airport and you see these people like that, and you go like, "Okay, great. Perfect." It's like
just to scare you.
Yeah, just to scare you. And I go there, and then you see the cameras like reading the temperature, but you can see that the cameras were disconnected completely.
No way.
And I was like, "Okay, this is weird." I go through and I see like they do a tunnel, and they are just looking at you, and they are taking papers and things like that. They are writing things on the paper. And I go to the girl, and no one is asking me anything. Like no one.
Yeah.
And I'm with the test results on my phone, and I see the girl. And I was just about to pass her, and I go like, "Okay, this is the COVID test. Like, it's negative, good." And she goes like, "Yeah, I don't need that." And I was like, and I got mad, and I said like, "What do you mean you don't need that? I just paid £70. You need it. At least
check it. Like,
at least check it, because I paid £17 for this rule that you have in this country, and now you're telling me that doesn't matter."
Yeah, that's so bad. Yeah, like last time I went to Spain as well, I got a lateral flow. I paid like 11 quid. I was like, I'm not bothered to
You were
pay
smart.
a lot of money. I'm just like getting one, whatever. And we don't have like those doctors or anything.
I think it's only in Santiago Compostela because the school of medical institution is there.
Okay,
That's
I
why.
have no clue. Well, we had like a few people, like you go through like a little corridor of tables, and there is people sitting in the tables, and they direct you to the tables, and they look through your paperwork, and then
So they have that. So they have kind of like a...
Yeah, and then there is one guy at the entrance of that little corridor to tell you where to go or what to do, and so last time I went to Spain, this was in June, I get to the corridor, speak to the first guy, and he was like, "Where are you coming from?" I was like, "London." He was like, "Yeah, just go through, like just walk to the end." And I walked through that corridor like, this must not be right. I had to do, a proper like test. They need to check it. I just walked, and I walked out. No one checked anything. That's why I'm very like anti like actually getting a COVID test now. I'm not sure if this is legal for us to say in a podcast, but like,
I don't know. I mean, they're going to change the laws. I know they're having a meeting in this October, like the 20th or something like that. They're meeting again to hopefully remove all these rules that they have.
That's so bad. Like,
the thing is, like, imagine you don't do it. You get there and they tell you, "Where's your COVID test?" Because maybe you have somebody there who will go like, "Is in a bad day, in a bad mood," and
and then you will have to pay a fine, which is more than the actual price of the COVID test anyway. So I think it's worth doing it, but like, it's so annoying because they don't even look at it.
Yeah, that's why I got so mad that day. Then I was like, just I don't mind that if they don't ask me, but like, no, if I pay £70 for that.
Yeah. Well, I have less than 24 hours to find a COVID test.
But you can go to the same one, no? The one you didn't.
Yeah,
do
I think it was Randox or
Randox,
something. Yeah. So I'll just collect the COVID test, and I also do it at home. It's just through your laptop.
Yeah, the same that I pay for £70. Yeah.
Woo! Hopefully we'll pay 11 again. But honestly, it was just the worst. But yeah.
Yeah, well, you better do it just in case you can have it. I mean, yeah, no, it's better if you do it just in case.
I shall.
Because it would be really bad. You get there and then they tell you something. But
anyway, darling, I know you have a few
yeah
topics, and you haven't told me anything about them.
Yeah. So and this weekend when I went to Spain, I was there. Some friends of my girlfriend, they were like doing some things on the app, and they were like chatting. Oh, like this app is really cool, and you can get things, and they give you discounts. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, and she showed me this app. It's an app that I was gonna send it to you, but I wanted to wait until the podcast.
Until today.
It's an app that pays you to walk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's amazing.
What's the news?
For me, it was but I didn't know it really works. Like they really give you discounts, and they you can pay for things with your walking. So
yeah,
it's really cool.
I get this app. I get this app quite a lot actually in like an advert of this app in TikTok.
Oh, wow, of course.
And I've had this kind of apps before. I had one that was, you know how in London there is a lot of, in the shops, there is a lot of like just paper, like announcement outside that saying that they are hiring. So all you have to do is take a picture of that paper in the shops, and they would give you money for it. I got like £20. Like I did took a lot of pictures, but literally just doing that, and you would get like, because I think it's something like Indeed or something like that. Those like websites that advertise jobs, it's not always the recruiter or the person hiring that posts the job, but it's actually random people in the street taking pictures of where they're hiring, and then they post it. So they have like more posts going up.
I mean, yeah, it's a good tactic.
And they give you money, so it was really good. But there is also apps that if you play games, like you download certain game apps, and you play them for a while, they give you also money back. So definitely loads of ways to earn money.
Welcome to London. Well, you can do it from anywhere, really.
Yeah.
That thing. I remember there was like, I always wanted to do something. There was a friend of mine when I was working in a hotel here in London. The guy, he was a member of Sony Pictures somehow fan club or whatever. Mm-hmm. So every time they will come up with a new game or a new movie, they will have this group of people, small group of people, and they will take them inside and just play a game for the first time, see their reaction, and they will get paid for that. Yeah. And then as well, they will invite them for a new movie that is about to come out. Like imagine, I don't know, the next Black Panther or whatever.
Wow.
And they are just testing it with people. But these people, they will get things once they go to the cinema, or they get paid, or they get merchandising, but everything is kind of like a secret.
Yeah, because you have to pay. Sorry, you have to like give your opinion on it, on the things. Yeah. You know, I've done that as well.
Yeah. I remember.
I went to PlayStation once.
Yeah.
Like
the one in Oxford Street, the one in.
Yeah, Oxford Street, because Carnaby Street, kind of. Yeah. In Soho, basically. And I went there. I played a VR game for an hour. It was so cool. I was shooting people.
Which one was it? You can say it or not?
I haven't been able. So basically, at the time, the game hasn't been released, so I couldn't really. I don't know. It hasn't been released, and I haven't actually seen it. But like, I don't know the name of the game essentially, and I had to give my opinion on everything. It was so cool. I was so excited. I got £50. Like, just play a game for an hour and give your opinion. Like, what the fuck? And it was really cool. And
but how do you get that? Like, you were in contact with someone, or?
Yes, so there is like kind of agencies. Like, there is these companies that do research, market research, and you just register with them, and they send you opportunities.
Oh.
At the beginning, you would see these opportunities, and you will apply for them and maybe not get them. But after you do quite a few, you maybe like 1 out of 10 you get, and it's cool. If you have the free time, at the time I was freelancing, I was at uni, and I wouldn't work every day, so it would be just cool. Because I also at the time I didn't have much money. I quit my job, and I was at uni, and I was like really literally started freelancing. So I averaged the fact that I needed £33 a day to live in London. So I was like, as long as I get £33 a day, or if I get 40, I'm super. Like I would be so happy.
You make it.
Yeah, like literally, I was like, I just need to survive, and as soon as I survive, I'm fine. So I started doing this market research. I also started giving the newspaper, like the Evening Standard or the Time Out, in the tube stations.
No way, I didn't know you did that.
You didn't know this? No. Yes.
So you were this kind of like the person who was always at the door giving those.
Yeah. And you have to be shouting, Evening Standard, Time Out.
They don't do that anymore.
No, I think after the pandemic, they have a few people, but they don't have that many.
Yeah, I remember in the past that it was like really being in the 40s, like people screaming, the Evening Standard!
Evening Standard. Well, I did that for a while, because you would work like 3-4 hours, and I would get my 40-50 pounds that I needed for the day. Wow. But sometimes when I used to do the Time Out, I used to wake up at like 5 a.m. because you do like 6 to 8 or 9.
That's a bit too much.
I know, but then I would go home. Like, I didn't have that many responsibilities or many things to do.
Yeah.
And it was really tough. But yeah, it was a fun time, I think, because I kind of just went like, I can do anything. It was a time, I guess, of flexibility. Yeah. Because I could do anything I wanted, even though it's not like the best job. It was just fun because I would do something different every day. Some days I wouldn't do anything at all. But it was just so good. Like now I kind of have more responsibilities in the sense that I have a job. I have a now house to keep. It's just all these different things. But that time I just remembered it fun, to be honest. And I also did market research for a few things. One was Eurostar.
Did you mean the trains?
Yeah.
Oh.
I went to their offices in King's Cross. I also got 50 quid. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm even allowed, but it's been like over 3-4 years, so I think it's fine. At the time when you do them, they are like confidential. But they just like showed me their website and asked me to give my opinion for like an hour as well.
So how was the booking experience and how it looked and how did you find it like that?
Yeah, they had like 2 prototypes and I had to give my opinion. I mean, I don't want to like say specifically what it was because I'm assuming that's still confidential, but they had 2 prototypes of if one website was better on the phone or the other website was better, like which one would I prefer. And
that's very cool.
Yeah, how was the booking experience of a Eurostar? I actually didn't know much. I've never actually still traveled on Eurostar, but I was going to Paris at the time, and actually if I would have booked in advance, the flights and the train were roughly the same price.
Yeah, it's a bad thing because or it's too expensive or too expensive the flights to Paris or too expensive the train. What do you think?
I mean, I booked the flights in advance, so it was fine. It was like 50 quid with return. But then I realized when I did that research that the trains, if I would have booked them like 6 months in advance, it would have been fine, like also the same price. And that you have the good thing that you leave from central London, from St Pancras, right?
Yeah, St Pancras.
And that's amazing because you save the transport to the airport, which is usually, depending on the airport, but it's quite expensive.
I'm planning now because we want to go to Paris, to Disneyland. And from next year, Disneyland Paris is cutting off the train to Disneyland from London.
Because the Eurostar goes to Disneyland.
Yeah, it goes inside Disneyland.
Wow.
And so when you go in the train, you have Mickey Mouse and Goofy, everybody's inside the train. But the problem is just they didn't have enough people. And
have you ever been to Disneyland?
Yeah.
How many times? Like
once.
Paris.
Yeah, in Paris, yeah.
That's
and
so cool.
That was amazing.
When I went to Paris, I went to Disneyland. And a guy, you have to go through security in Disneyland.
Yeah.
And a guy called me retarded.
What?
Yeah. In French, but like French, Spanish, same. Yeah. And I got really pissed off.
Why? Why would you...
I was like, I was just literally asking in English, do I have to put my phone here? What do I have to do? Da, da, da. And he was like, retard. And I was like, I got so pissed off, and I went up. I passed the security, and I was like, "What is your boss?" Like I started asking, "What is your boss?" And they wouldn't speak English, and they would be like, "What are you saying?" "Oh, so sorry that it happened to you." And I'm like, I even complained after, and it's just so bad. Like they didn't even get back to me. So this is my
But you think
formal complaint.
you think he really meant it, or maybe it was
no? He was getting pissed off at me. I think because I was speaking in English, and in France, this is my experience. I don't want to judge all of the French people because I don't think this is right. But it happened a few times to me in France in that trip that I would straight away speak to people in English because I don't speak French. So I'm guessing the most international language you can speak is English.
Yeah.
But actually it was the worst mistake because they would just be super annoyed to me and not even like... I went into a station and I went to the information staff. So the little reception that they have for tourists. And I started being like, "Hey, good morning. Like, where can we keep our luggage?" Fuck my life. They were not even looking at me. They were not even looking at me. I was like, "Bro, like I'm here. Like you had the information. Like you should at least know a little bit of English." So I discovered that if you start speaking to them at least a little bit of French, like how do you say hi in French? Hello? No, that's German.
Hello, wie geht's?
Comment ça va?
No, usually it's bonjour.
Bonjour. Oh yeah, fucking hell. Sorry, that was so easy and I forgot. If you start slowly and then they realize you don't speak French, I think they help you in an easier way. But otherwise, they don't even look at you. Like it was really bad, and I really disliked.
It's such a weird experience. I understand that can happen because I felt that in other places, but when my experience when I went to Paris, I think as well because I speak a little bit of French, and so I will always go and speak in French first, as you said. So I will always ask, "Do you prefer me to speak in French, English, Spanish? What do you?" And they always said English. That was my experience.
Oh wow, okay.
And so, but yeah, I understand. Like for sure, the receptionist to me in the hotel in Disneyland, he was really nice. And we joked in French, and then he was trying his best to speak in English, but he was as well a young person. But I imagine that if somebody who is older maybe doesn't speak that much English, and somebody else comes and it's like, oh.
Yeah, and they are like, "Oh my God, you're speaking to me in English," and I'm like, "Yeah, well."
But Disneyland, like I found, it's funny that thing because everything when you go to another countries, like you go to in Madrid and you go to Warner Bros. Park, that one, they do everything in Spanish and then do English, and I'm always used to that English, Spanish, or all English. But in France, you go to Disneyland and everything is in French, and then in English, and it's all the TV shows and all of that. I'm not used to listening to French, so
yeah, exactly. Like I think in most countries, or when you go to an airport, everything is in the homeland country language, and then in English. So you kind of assume that anywhere you go, you can start speaking to people in English, and they will somehow know or point you out to where you have to go and try to help you. But it's not the case in France, and it's really funny. That's why I dislike Paris, and I will not be going back to Disneyland.
Wow.
I don't like those theme parks. It's not fun to me. I don't like roller coasters.
Well, yeah, it doesn't make point
like
for you.
There is a lot of other things I would give you that you can do, but I just why like it's so annoying. Like yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like to feel again like a child inside the games.
The adrenaline.
And now I want to go more because now they open the Marvel experience and they have new roller coasters.
What's your favorite attraction? Is that how
attraction?
I don't know.
Roller coaster.
Not just roller coaster, but like little activity that you can do. I know my favorite one though. Right, you go.
Do you mean like what I like to do the most inside the?
Yeah, like what is the little? How do you say it? I don't know.
I don't know what you mean.
Attraction.
Yeah, no, I know.
What's your favorite one? Well,
what's my favorite?
That you would go like 4 or 6 times if you can, and get the fast pass as well.
I got the fast pass. In Barcelona when I went to the other one.
No, I'm talking Disneyland here.
Yeah, but in Disneyland, I like the adrenaline, so I like any roller coaster that goes really fast. I like to be scared.
Have you been to Black Space Mountain?
Yeah. That one is closed now, I think. It doesn't exist anymore.
Thank God.
Yeah. Now they built it into a Marvel roller coaster thing.
Perfect.
Don't like that.
Yes. Because I don't like it because
it gets too dark.
No,
so fast.
I don't. Can I speak, please? Because when I was 9 years old, I went for the first time to Disneyland.
Oh, but really?
Yeah. After I did the communion, basically my mom took all the money that I was given, and we went to Paris. To Disneyland.
You went straight from Las Palmas to
Paris, yeah.
Wow.
Basically, it's really funny. And I was 9, something like that. And I didn't know anything like about what the world was. And my mom was like, yeah, let's get into this attraction or however you call it. And it was Black Space Mountain, but I didn't know it was a roller coaster. Fuck my life. It's a dark roller coaster.
Yeah, it's scary.
Like, literally go up and down all the fucking time in circles. Like, you're upside down for a while. And you're just seeing these flashes of, like, the space and stuff. And my back got so fucking tense. Like, I had to go to the doctor in Disneyland and everything. They gave me paracetamol. Yeah. It was really bad. But the thing is,
did your mother enjoy it?
Yeah, she loved it. Fucking hell. We still have the photo as well. They bought the photo. I was so tense. I think because I was like, fucking hell, like, what's happening? I didn't know. The thing is, before going to the doctor in Disneyland, we went to see fucking 4D for the first time. Not even 3D, 4D. Like,
yeah.
I was a kid.
No? That one is
Yeah. I was a kid. I had not even seen 3D. I get given those glasses. Remember, my back is hurting, yeah? And the seats move. You get, like, water on your face. It's, like, all very real. And the film is about some kitchen, and there is rats in the kitchen. So you feel the rats coming underneath your fucking shoes. And I was like having the worst pain in my back and jumping around because it's like, there is rats coming. I had to take my glasses off and be like, I need a doctor. I need something. Like, I'm in pain.
That was your experience of Disneyland.
Yeah, how was yours?
I love that. That's one of the best stories.
Hello, my name is Alba.
That's why you don't like roller coaster. You had a really bad experience, so I understand that.
I have PTSD after this one. Yes.
Every time you see a laser, you go like,
I can't. I've actually been in a few roller coasters after that. Do you know the Star Trek attraction? It's like they call them the scissors because it's two like things you see. In the bottom, and then it starts swinging until it goes around all the way.
Oh, okay.
And I did
that.
But
where was that one?
In Spain.
Oh.
We did like a little excursion in high school.
Oh.
And of course, like, it was my whole high school, and they were like, how many times can you get on this one? And I was like, I have to be the one.
Only one.
That's it. Oh, so fucking toxic. Like, and I did it a lot of times, and then we left high school, and we still had the wristbands for the rest of the day. So my friend and I told my mom to bring us back, and we
went back to
yeah, I don't fucking know why I did it. Like, why would you, like, why, Alba? Like, why? I hate it so much. So yeah, that's the story.
That's a really amazing story. I mean, mine was much better. I loved it, but
oh my fucking.
But I love roller coasters.
You knew when you got into Black Space Mountain, you knew where you were going?
No, I didn't know anything. I knew it was a roller coaster.
Okay, that's a very big point that you need.
And I remember the best thing of being in Disneyland at that day, because I took the bus from London to Paris.
Wow,
at
how
night.
many hours?
So, 13 hours, I think it was.
Oh my fucking
So we
Christ.
traveled through by boat. We took the bus took the boat, and we were in the boat, and then from I don't know.
Oh my god, I forgot the name. Devon?
Where we went to on holidays.
Devon is Cornwall. When did we
The one we went together. It's not a port. The one we went to the beach. Over there on the east, all the way.
No, because we went to the west on holiday when we went together.
No, I mean when we went that day to the beach. You know, the three of us together.
Ah, yes.
It's in that area.
It's in Kent.
Okay, somewhere around there.
Oh my god, it's from D. It's with a D by
There's a D over there. But and we took the boat. I was alone by myself, and I was like, okay, I have a day off. I go to Paris, and so I went to Paris, and everywhere it was amazing to be there. But then it was so nice. Like the weather was amazing. It was blue skies, not even one cloud, but it was like -3.
Oh, sorry.
And it was completely empty. Like there was no one in the park. It was such a beautiful weather, but it was really cold.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't have to buy the fast pass because there was no one.
There was no queue.
No, so I was just going to the.
No, I didn't buy it either. But
Yeah.
you can get it. So once you have the entry, you can, if you wanna go to the same attraction, let's say, because
Yeah, we don't know the word.
You just go and get a fast pass,
Yeah.
and it's for free. But they give you a timing, and you go there and you just get the queue. But some people pay for it, which is I wouldn't.
Can I talk?
Sorry, yes, you can, Brandon. Go ahead.
No, I bought the fast pass in Barcelona when I went to this theme park over there, PortAventura. That's the one. You never been in PortAventura? No.
I'm not planning to.
Well, they have like one of these attractions. It's the fastest in the world. I don't know the speed now.
Is it a roller coaster?
It's a roller coaster that it goes. I think it's 235 kilometers per hour, but it goes from 0 to 235 in less than 3 seconds. I think it is something like that. So it's like boom.
It's like a Tesla.
It's like a Tesla. That's why I love it. And I'm scared. Like I've been always afraid of heights and all of that, but I feel like I always want to like get over that fear, and that's why I go to the roller coasters. And I went to Madrid as well to Warner Bros. And my cousin wanted to go into. Well, I said to him like, "Do you want to try something that is really scary?" And he goes like, "Yes." And I said to him like, "I hate this roller coaster. I don't like it, but let's do it just because of you." Is this one that you go all the way to the top and then they drop you?
Boom, I've done that. But so, it's not a roller coaster.
It's not a roller coaster. Yeah, I don't know. It's attraction. Yeah.
Attraction.
So I went. The queue was long, and every time we were getting closer, I was like, "Shit, this is like." I went already a few times, but every time I go, I'm really scared. I don't like it.
I'll tell you later. You go ahead.
So and he was shaking. He was like really like, I don't know if we should do this. Like he was the first. It was the first time for him in any roller coaster. So we went in. We go to the top. And as soon as we get to the top, the seats do this.
No.
So in these kind of things, you have different seats.
It basically tilts. So
it tilts you.
You're looking at the ground.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So it looks like you're gonna smash yourself.
I got just like I was nowhere. I was like, please, drop me now. And I got so paranoid. And I remember seeing the face of my cousin. He was like, his eyes were just like wide open, like he couldn't believe what was happening. And it was really cool.
Do you like it?
I liked it because it's just, I'm afraid of that. I have fear. And once I go over that, I just go like, I did it.
Okay, I also have been in that kind of roller coaster attraction. It was in Germany. I was visiting my cousins. Yeah. And we went to this like little theme park, but it wasn't like a real theme park. It was something that they put in like a park or a random park or something for like, for a period of time, like maybe a few months. And they were like, yeah, let's go there. And I was like, okay, cool. And they had the same kind of attraction. They take you to the top and they drop you. Great. Okay, we were waiting. It was just once. And it was like €5 to get in there. Fine. We were waiting. Fine. We get there. We go up. They dropped us once. I was crying. Like I wasn't crying, but I was like really like tense. And I didn't really enjoy it, but I was pretending I enjoyed it. I'm
having fun.
And they were like, oh, there's not much queue. Let's do it twice for you guys. And I was like, why are you doing it twice? I just want to go out.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was really... And I wasn't understanding, because they were like, they usually like on the speaker, like talking to you, blah, blah. I know a little bit of German, but not enough to be like joking with someone, so I didn't know what they were saying.
Hello, Kinder, come here.
Hello, wie geht's? It was so bad. I was like...
But it was like these parties they do in the small villages. It was not a theme park. Like the ones
it wasn't a proper,
Spain.
set theme park. It was like, those like moving attractions that they put it somewhere.
Yeah.
One day here, one day in the next
like the ones
place.
in Hyde Park. They put it
exactly,
in the Christmas.
Exactly like that, so yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't go on one of those. I know it has security and everything.
But if it's unsafe, because they are like... They put it together, then they undo everything to move it to the next place. Yeah.
And I don't know who checks that. I don't know who. When I was a kid, I used to love those. But then when I got older and I went to real theme parks, I was always like, I'm not going back to any of those like without any.
Fair enough, Brandon. I think that's all for today.
Yeah, it's the first time
Oh
we go
my
so
God.
long. Yeah, it was good. It was a good chat. Next time we do the podcast, most probably everything will be empty.
Yes, I have to move out, and I'm really sad.
Yeah.
And
It's a sad moment. Like, you painted the whole thing. It was really nice
Yeah.
coming along, and now you have to move back.
yeah, because also, by the way, like I'm pretty sure people have noticed the walls are now white instead of blue.
Yeah.
I painted. Me and my friend painted them last weekend. So yeah. Anyway, I guess more of this coming on the next episode.
Next episode. Get ready.
All right. Bye.
Bye.